So I've received lots of DMs concerning this comment I made with respects to menial jobs, doing menial jobs, and how that can affect your future job applications. So if you're a professional, let's say you're an accountant, you're a physician, you're a project manager, you're a product manager, or whatever, and then you come to Canada and then you settle for menial jobs. Again, menial jobs by definition of what's on Wikipedia or what you understand menial jobs to be. That can affect your future applications because most hiring managers, they want to know what is your most recent related experience. And so if you come here and then your only Canadian experience happens to be you doing menial jobs, that doesn't serve your application. For example, let's say you're interested in being a project manager or a product manager. You've had lots of experience as a project manager, whatever country you're coming from. And then you come here, stay in that job for, let's say, more than 1 year, 2 years, and you're still in that job, or like you go from other jobs that are really not related to what like a project manager would be doing. It's hard that, when you end up submitting a resume for a project manager position and then the only Canadian experience that you have is you doing a menial job. It's hard to convince them that, you've not pivoted away from like your skill set. And that's why I mentioned that, of course, sometimes people have to survive. If you have to do some of this job, have an exit plan. Like you should already be planning how you're going to pivot to the main career or the future jobs that you really want to target. Because the longer you stay, the harder it is to get out. And another thing is, okay, if you have to like absolutely do this job because you need to survive, the job market is tough, you're not getting anything, make sure that you're not just ignoring that other skill set that you need. So for example, if you know you're going to be a project manager, make sure you're still like actively like probably doing courses in project management or like research. What are some of the softwares that project managers here use in Canada? Getting acquainted to methodologies, joining associations because you want to be networking with people in that career field. So going for networking events and even volunteering. So looking for organizations where like you can volunteer, even if it's like project assistant, project coordinator, but making sure that you're not just putting that skill set in the back burner and like you're working only in your menial job 247. And then when you're like, okay, I'm ready to like actually move on from this job, and you get in front of a hiring manager or your resume gets in front of a hiring manager, it's really hard to convince them. The only exception to that in most cases is if you've been doing other things as I said. In the professional development section of your resume, if it's evident that, you've still been building that skill set, or if you've been actively volunteering, in a related role, then you can like, okay, this person still has like, the skills that we need, and it's just circumstances why they had to do other jobs. So again, this is something to think about. So if you're doing a menial job now, think about it. Ask yourself honestly this question: how does this job serve my future plans for my career?